Welcome to the Social University podcast. We are so glad you're joining us today because we want to help business owners, entrepreneurs, and people just like you who want to build their business online. Listen, if we can do it, you can do it. So let's go.
Good morning. I am Karen Terradas with Social U, and it is time for What's Up Wednesday, where we come to you live every Wednesday with social media marketing tips, tricks, and trends. Today we are going to we're doing spring cleaning all month long. And today we're going to talk about spring cleaning your socials because surprisingly, a lot of folks, when they set them up, that's the last time they think about them. It's like their website, which we talked about last week. But this week we're going to talk about social. Next week, I think we're going to do email and what's the other thing we're doing? Got to look because I can't remember. Workspace. There it is. We've talked about marketing makeover, dusting off your domain. Today's polishing your profiles. And let's just kind of go ahead and get in. Seriously, these are necessary revisions at least once a year. You want to go in there and check and make sure everything is correct annually because things happen. Links drop, things change. You never know what's going on. So it's ideal to check it at least once a year. And let's go ahead and get started. I think, how many steps do I have? I think there's 13. So, okay. First things first, you need to create a list, a spreadsheet, whatever makes you happy, of all your profiles and pages so that you can be sure that your company name on each platform is the same and that there's no duplicates, there's no spam. It's a great opportunity for you to check and see if anybody's trying to spoof your account. We had that happened to us recently. There is someone on TikTok who's pretending to be me. They're using my name. They're stealing my content. And one of our team members found it. I wasn't even the one who found it. Jason found it. So it is absolutely necessary to check this stuff periodically just to make sure it's correct. And you want to check your branding. So, and keep it consistent for everybody. If you're going to be Jenny sells donuts on Instagram, you don't need to be Donuts by Jenny on Facebook. It needs to match. It needs to be the same everywhere. Okay, number two. Number two. Check your URLs and your profiles. Once you have your list and you know kind of which way you're going, make sure everything matches. It's just super surprising to me. And a lot of companies will do these little, like this one will have a period or this one will have a hyphen. Make sure you're on the same page and everything's even everywhere. Number three, you want to check your personal profile and those cover photos. You want to make sure your headshots and your cover, all your covers and your video thumbnails, just make sure that they're up to par. Ideally, you want to update your cover art periodically. I like seasonal cover art, spring, summer, winter, but you can do it for the holidays. If you're big into Christmas, we always do Halloween, but not only your page, but you personally, your profile, it needs to be updated periodically as well. Number four, you're going to check your branding. Does your logo need an update? Is your logo correct? If you did update, are you using the correct logo on all the other material? Again, this is something that we see pretty consistently. Oh, that's the old logo, or oh, that's the old color. No excuse for that. Social media is in the moment, so you need to be in the moment with it. Okay, now let's get a little bit more, let's do a little bit deeper dive. From 5 on, we're going to go a little bit further down. Number 5 is complete your or edit your Facebook and LinkedIn profiles. On Facebook and Instagram, you can have a business account. TikTok, you can have a business account. YouTube, business channel. But Facebook, you have to have a profile to have a page. LinkedIn, you have to have a profile to have a page. And because of that, you need to make sure that your profile represents you, your company, your position, as well as it can when you're not there. So make sure that you include some, especially on your LinkedIn profile, your what's in it for me statement, what you bring to the table as a business owner, how you can help your potential clients, because your profile on LinkedIn and Facebook will talk for you when you're not around. So you want to make sure it's representing you in the best way possible. Also on your profile, and this is just a huge personal pet peeve, you want to make sure that when you have your business listed on Facebook or your business listed on LinkedIn, it connects to your business page. If you just say small business owner and it goes nowhere, you're doing yourself a disservice. All of those backlinks that link back to your page or your website, they help you long term. So you want to make sure they're accurate and correct. You want to make sure your contact info on your pages is correct and your contact information on your profile isn't, let's say, excessively personal. You can have a work address, you can have a work phone number, but for your safety, be cautious about anything you put on there that's personal or tells people where you live. Don't do that. And also, you want to check your privacy settings. I like to do this once a year because a lot of these platforms will randomly update. Instagram did a random update recently that allows them to track your location. So unless you manually turn it off, it's on. So this gives you an opportunity to check the settings, privacy settings on each and every platform to make sure that they're correct and safe. And please, it's okay for people to know your birthday, but you don't want them to know your birth year. That is a security risk. And it's a great opportunity for you to clean that stuff up. Okay, number 6, we're going to move on away from profiles. Now we're going to get more into the pages themselves. Check the About section on every single page. Please, you want to make sure your branding is consistent. You want to review and optimize if possible. And when I say optimize, it needs to be clear and concise and chock full of keywords. So if your terminology is vague or confusing, you're losing opportunity. You want to make sure that it's simple and to the point and that it's consistent across every single platform. So if we help you with social media to save you time and money, it needs to say that on every single platform so there's no inconsistency there. You want to verify your contact info and your call to action. What do I mean? I mean, if you know that your best way to be reached is email, have an email. If you know it's a landing page, have it go to the landing page. You can have a phone number, but make sure it's correct. And it's totally okay to be your preference. If you know that you're not going to respond or you're not going to answer an unknown number, then don't list a phone number. Put an email, ask for a DM, tell people the best way to reach you, and make sure that that is what is available in your About section on your business pages. Check your hours and your address. A lot of times people move. I had to fight with Google for 2 years, and without Ben DeLoach's help, we would have never gotten it rectified. They kept trying to confirm an address that didn't exist, and it made everything very difficult. So absolutely make sure that that information is correct. And I would also include your Google address, because if it's wrong, people will go to the wrong location. We had one of the first times, this has been a few years ago, but a newer employee was meeting us for the first time. They went to the wrong location because it was wrong on Google. Not that we hadn't been trying to fix it, but that's on me. You also want to make sure your hours are correct. As a small business owner, a lot of small business owners are tempted to have a 24/7. Don't do that. Burnout happens that way. It's okay to set boundaries. It's okay to say in an autoresponder, hey, I am not available after 6 p.m. I will contact you as soon as possible the next business day. That's totally okay. You also want to make sure all your listed links go where they are supposed to go. Does your website link in your About section does it work? Are you making sure that it goes to the right thing? Check and update any auto messages, autoresponders, welcome messages. You need to ensure that those automated messages are friendly, they're helpful, they provide relevant information to new followers in a way that it makes it easy to work with you. Because if someone is seeking your services and the first encounter is negative, they are not coming back. You need to make it as simple and easy for them as possible. Just trust me on this. The next thing, you want to review and organize your highlighted reels, saved stories, playlists. Okay. Each platform has its own version of pinned content, and you want to make sure that that pinned content is what you want it to say. You need to make sure, like, you have the opportunity to have your pinned content across the top for TikTok and Instagram and Facebook. Make sure it's correct. It should not be promoting an event that happened 2 years ago. And again, we see this pretty often. You want to make sure that your reels and your covers for your saved not reels, stories, your covers for your save stories are correct, that the categories are up to date, that you have up-to-date content in each one of the categories, and you want to make sure that your reels are well organized. You have the ability on TikTok and YouTube to make playlists. Do it. Take advantage. If somebody wants to binge watch your content, don't make them work for it. Make it as easy as possible for them. So basically, you're going to review and organize your primary content. Make sure that it's right. I know one of the things when we checked, because we do this too, we checked recently, I know I need to update our primary video on YouTube. I haven't done it yet, but I need to. I know I need to. It's on my list to do, but at least I'm aware of it. I get points for that, right? Make sure your summary on LinkedIn is actually complete. And that would be the summary on your profile versus the summary on your page. A lot of people just skip that part, and it can't work for you if it's not finished. You also want to check, I've talked about checking links and make sure they're correct. On Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, you have one URL, one opportunity for people to click. Make sure it goes where you want it to go. If you're going to use link in bio or Linktree, or you're going to generate your own landing page, make sure it works and it's going to the correct place and the information on it is correct. Again, you do not want it to promote an event that you hosted a year ago. It needs to be current. Okay, moving forward. And I already covered this, but check your pinned posts and your primary content on each platform. You also want to, number 8, take this opportunity to redo any hashtags. Ideally, you want to update your hashtags quarterly. Now, a lot of folks forget, and that's okay. That's why we talk about this kind of stuff. So at least twice a year, you want to update and make sure no hashtags have been hijacked, that people are still looking under that category. Do you even need hashtags? Well, on LinkedIn and Facebook, you do not. On Instagram and Twitter, you do. So you need to make sure that they're accurate and they're getting you the engagement excuse me, that you actually want. Hashtags get hijacked all the time. You don't want anything that is associated with your business account to have a negative connotation, so check them periodically. Update as needed. You also want to check your insights and analytics. How do you know what's working if you do not go look and see what is working? This includes assessing the platforms. If you are spending, and everybody has bandwidth and limited time. I am fortunate. My entire team works on our social. Thank you, God, because I couldn't do it alone. It's overwhelming to try to do some of this stuff alone. So if you're on 3 separate platforms and it is exhausting for you, pick one to drop or pick one to lapse. I don't say that lightly, but if you check your website analytics and you see that a huge part of your website traffic is coming from Instagram, maybe spend more time on Instagram and less time on Pinterest. You have to know what works so that you can know what to continue to do. You also need to check each platform, and it's available organically. Yes, you can purchase different versions of analytics, but you need to check it. If you don't have analytics purchased, go into the platform and check the organic numbers and find out what works. If that annual report that you post annually, if people love it and it's getting the highest engagement, maybe it needs to be a quarterly review instead of an annual review. If you know that every time you do a contest, it gets tons of engagement, how often can you do that? What makes sense? Or if there's content that you're using that gets crickets, stop doing that. You have to review so you know what works. You also want to review your content calendar. This is something that we're going to do. We normally talk about content calendars, and we do that in January. If you go to our website, I believe it's a pop-up that you can get access to our content calendar. I like it. It helps you kind of work through what you need, and it is so much easier to generate content when you know what you need. Again, as the business owner that's trying to wear all the hats, when you can schedule ahead of time, it streamlines your life. So the more you can do that, the better it's going to be for you. Next, you want to talk about and I say this, take it for what it is. Check out your competition. Don't get obsessed with your competition and follow them until you make yourself crazy. But I think it's okay to check out your competition once or twice a year and see what they're doing that works for them and see if there's a way that you can integrate that into your own plan. Don't copy the competition, but take a look and see what's working. And then, of course, you want to review who you follow and clean them up. If there's somebody that you don't engage with anymore, you can delete them, and you can unfollow groups on Facebook groups, on LinkedIn. You can unfollow individuals. I would tell you, if you have a bunch of spam bots, now's the time to go in there and delete them or block them. We try to do that pretty consistently so that we don't have a lot of weird automated, and you can't help spammers following you, but you can block them when you find them. So now's the opportunity to do that. And then I would say the last step, excuse me, is to go to the website and check your social media icons and make sure they go to your social media. I cannot tell you how often we take a look at a website and you click on the icon and it goes nowhere. That does not help you. And it actually hurts you, because those backlinks that come from your website or go to your website, they benefit your search engine optimization long term. And if people are clicking on those and they don't go anywhere, that's detrimental to you and your business. So check them and make sure they work. That is it for us this week. We are still going to be knee deep in spring cleaning as of next week. And we will be talking about, what are we talking about next week? Because I can't remember. Email. We're going to talk about cleaning up your email lists and segregating your email lists so that they work for you more effectively. And I'll just tell you this, the ROI for email marketing is incredible. It's higher than any other form of digital marketing. So if you're not doing email marketing, you really need to be. And that's it for me as of right this minute. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm Karen Taradas with Social U. And until next week, I'm here to help. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us for the Social University podcast. We hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to follow us on all of our social media at Stay Social U. That's the letter U. And we will talk to you next week. Remember, you've got this.